Hey folks, how's it going? I'm your host Rhiannon Walker and I'm here to run you through the Sports Day High School Top 10 Replays of the Week. We had video submission from Friday Night Glory, Huddle as always, and some school submissions this week, but let's jump straight to it, shall we? Kicking it off at number 10 is Lovejoy's Kevin Davis. After Lovejoy tied the game up at 7, the team opted for an onside kick and Davis jumps and saves the ball from going out of bounds with a volleyball tip to keep it in. What do you know? Lovejoy recovers it, scores a TD on that drive, and defeats Prosper 31-28. We're going to go to South Lake Carroll for number 9. Shamar Coleman takes this Mason Holmes swing pass, and you can't even blame the wet field for these opponents sliding right by him. We saw that last week with what he did on the ground. Mama, there goes that man again. He picks up 18 yards on this play, and he finished with 162 all-purpose yards, 3 chips to the end zone, and Carroll rolls Colleyville Heritage 49-14. Terrell's DeWanna Tucker is going to carry us into number 8. He speeds off to the right side and he's going to cut back to the middle of the field. He gets spun around and still breaks a man's ankles. And guess what? His last portion is probably the easiest part of this 50-yard dash to the end zone. Terrell defeats Rose City 32-7. Number 7, Waxahachie's Justin Haynes is going to run into an out route for the sideline, and he's going to catch this throw. And what a throw by Jordan Kittner, and what a catch by Haynes as he gets a toe-in for the 14-yard score. Gee, I really wonder where Kittner learned how to make a throw like that, especially with that whole collarbone injury he had. Waxahachie walks out of AT&T Stadium with a 57-20 victory over Arlington Seguin. So we've all seen a good one-handed grab, but in number 6, not only does TC Cedar Hills' Trent Chambers catch this ball in the rain, he does so with no gloves on. Exactly. How many times have we seen a catch like that with no gloves on? I'll wait. More from this game coming up. Number 5, Eno Benjamin does it all for Wiley East. He runs, he throws, he catches too, but fun fact, Braden Shoemake, the quarterback, he throws, he runs, and he catches this ball for a 42-yard pickup. No big deal, really. He almost carried those 2 defenders into the end zone as well, so it's only adding to the casualness of that catch. Wiley East beats McKinney 55-10. We're number 4. Caleb Broach jumps us into number 4, and there's a lot made of his hurdle over this defender, but I've seen that time and time again, and so have you all. He's in the top 10 though because he almost carried a defender into the end zone with one leg. Now that's impressive. He finished with 218 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns, and Rockwall's 45-27 win over Rowlett. Number 3. This is Weatherford's Bryce Burke stepping back and putting just enough touch on this pass for Cody McClellan, who climbs the ladder and still gets one toe in, even though he is pushed out of bounds on the 16-yard score. I say you got to throw those X's up, young man. You definitely deserve it. Weatherford beats Sam Houston 14-0. Number 2, let's bring back Drew Crocs for back-to-back weeks in the number 2 spot. Now, I see him going into the pile, and I see the defender meeting him head-on. But what confuses me in all of this is how he got out of it. He then breaks a second tackle, and I just knew it was over at that point. He gets by the final 2 defenders, and they can't push him out of bounds, so he goes 82 yards to the house. Now, Kaufman would beat Athens 25-22. And if last week was the week of broken ankles, this week was definitely the week for toe-touching catches, defensive, and special teams plays. Now, I recall one week where I missed an opportunity to have a 105-yard interception return for a touchdown, but no shame on me this second time, though. Coming in at number 1 is Trinity Christian Cedar Hills' Tavion Carter, who returned an interception 108 yards for the score. The McKinney Christian quarterback dropped back, and he's going to loft it up, and Carter goes up in the rain with no gloves, and he pulls it down and breaks the initial tackle in the end zone, manages to keep his bounce after being hit by the second wave of defenders, barrels through the third legion of tacklers, and it's a cakewalk from there. Carter also had 3 interceptions and returned 2 of them for touchdowns. One was 15 yards and the other was 108 yards. And his first interception, well, he actually fumbled it. So he said to me, what better way to redeem himself than with an interception for a touchdown? And he told his coach as he's going to the sideline, hey, if I was going to bring it out, I was going to score. And hey, he did just that. That's it for the Week 9 edition of the Top 10 Replays. Check back next week for all the highlights from the week number 10. To have video on the show, please send me links to my Twitter account, see below at Instant Replay, RHI Play, or send compressed files to my email at rwalker@dallasnews.com. Thanks for hanging with me, folks. See ya!